What's up, guys? Video game viewer here, bringing you the review of Far Cry Primal. Far Cry Primal is a departure from the normal run-and-gun style we are used to, with gunplay and explosions. Ubisoft takes a step back and places us in the shoes of a caveman in 10,000 BC. You play as Takar, and like most, he's just an average man trying to carve out his existence and survive in this brutal landscape. His tribe is dying off, and he ventures off to find the land of Oros and find a better land for his people. He meets a girl, and together they try to repopulate and survive together. Far Cry Primal does a great job of making you feel like you're not at the top of the food chain anymore. Vicious beasts roam the land. Bloodthirsty rival tribes try to kill you on sight. The nighttime brings its own horrors, with predators lurking in the shadows, literally hunting you. And fire is your best friend. Welcome to 10,000 BC, where everything wants you dead. It begs the question, how did mankind survive such a harsh time period? This game plays out much like previous Far Cry games. Complete quests, gather items, and explore. But, unlike previous Far Cry games though, I found myself wanting to explore much more. This entry into the series made me feel much more in tune with hunting and gathering and not just rushing onward towards my next quest. The skills felt useful to me in this entry. You can tame beasts to fight at your side, which felt very satisfying. You can build up your camp and populate your camp with tribes members, upgrading your camp, watching it grow, watching new tents be built. And it was just very satisfying watching your population grow. One thing I didn't like is you can't really take your tribes members out on the hunt with you. This would have made me feel a little bit more connected to my newly recruited tribes members, watching them come out on a hunt with me and maybe dying, and then the population of my tribe dwindling and regrowing again and dwindling again as tribes people died off from disease or from animals killing them. Going out at night presented its own challenges. When the sun began to set, I felt a sense of urgency to find fire in the safety of my camp. Walking in the dimly lit forest with nothing but my torch, knowing deadly predators were out there, was scary. Seeing glowing red eyes lit up from the light of my torch told me that death was not far off. And knowing your torch was about to burn out was even more scary as the flame's light began to die out. Combat felt fast and brutal. As fast as an attack began, it was over. And unlike previous Far Cry games, where taking out men at long range was an option, here it's up close and personal. Chucking a spear and watching my enemy bleed and reel in pain as my spear ripped into his organs was intense. Sound plays a huge role in this Far Cry, and I was pleased with how much I could tell just from listening. I could tell enemies were below me from the way the sound reverberated up from the canyon walls. Coming back to my camp at night, I could see in the distance fires being lit. Music and singing being heard in the distance from my camp let me know my tribe was celebrating making it through yet another day. Ubisoft did an excellent job at making me feel like I was never truly safe and that I was actually struggling to survive in this deadly land. It's great to see a game developer do something new, and we have seen modern and future war, but never the past, and this is something I wish more games would explore. Far Cry Primal isn't perfect, but it does a lot right. It feels like other Far Cry games, right down to the drug-induced trips, but it strived for something new, and I believe it achieved it. My time spent with this game was great, and if you want to explore something new, this game is for you. Far Cry Primal isn't earth-shattering, but But at the same time, it's a breath of fresh air from guns, explosives, and mechanized warfare. I highly recommend checking this game out. This game really made me feel like I was living in 10,000 BC, or at least as close as I could assume that it would have felt like then. I felt like not only was I a hunter, but I was also being hunted by everything. I felt danger around every step in this game. Exploring felt useful to me. Finding animals to hunt and eating their food for health, it felt natural. It didn't feel out of place like it did in previous Far Cry games where cars were available and technology and guns and eating animals didn't feel very useful. But in this, it felt natural. Like I said, it felt like I had to kill animals to craft things. It felt useful to me to go out and hunt. And nighttime presented the best opportunities to hunt, with unique animals only coming out at night. But it also was scary. Being out there at night, I felt watched. I felt unsafe. I felt like I didn't want to leave the safety of my camp, but I knew I had to. I knew that for the good of my tribe and to craft better and new items, I had to go out. I had to light a torch and venture off into this deadly land that wanted me dead. And it was exciting. It was something I haven't felt in the video game in a very long time. And being out at night, you could see other tribes also hunting, using fire to their advantage, such as we see here. And knowing that this tribesman, is taking food out of my mouth that I need to survive. I can't let him live. I have to kill him so I can have that food. It felt very primal. Far Cry Primal. A great game, something fresh and new and exciting, a step in the right direction. Ubisoft did a great job, guys. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and thanks for watching.